Hello and welcome to this presentation from the KBel Training Academy. My name is Ajamu. I'm the founder of the KBel Training Academy and the creator of the KBel Training System, codename Train to 100, or nickname more likely. Well, what you guys are about to do today is hear a presentation I've designed as a pre-course study for our KBT or KBel Trainer certification program. In this program, you'll get an understanding of how the Train to 100 system was created. I'm going to try to break it down for you so you guys understand how to use it. That's the main purpose of this thing here. And also, I think you guys will get a perspective on exactly what makes us unique and different as an organization, because if you're going to take some of our courses, you're going to become part of our team. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So the big picture here, the idea is to give you guys a system of progression. Um, we want to standardize what is the best order to introduce movements. We want to standardize what are the best regressions and progressions designed to improve kettlebell lifting skills. Overall, our program is designed for fitness professionals, and as fitness professionals, we have a mandate to achieve results for our clients. Usually those results go beyond just learning the techniques of kettlebells. And so for that reason, this system is designed to make it easier for us to do what's necessary in an efficient manner. As fitness professionals, we never just work with one tool. We're always integrating and using whatever's necessary. And so this entire program was designed from that perspective, how to get you to understand how to introduce and what would be the best systems to use to integrate. So this is the Kettlebell Universe. As you can see, there are a lot of different divisions to it, and I'm going to talk to you guys in a second about how we help you progress and learn. Ultimately, what I want you to recognize is that to be efficient, proficient, good at teaching kettlebells, you must commit to practice. And then there's a lot of different things that you need to practice. And so we design our program in such a way that will make it easy for you to progress and learn. And as you take on new courses, you will get better, and your questions and your clients, everything will improve. So here's a quick overview of how our program works. So our first program is called KBel Trainer, and in it we feature the Train to 100 system. That's the first level of what we do, and that's the foundation for almost all of our courses. Our second course is called KBel Jam. That's our group trainer program, and as you can see, TRX Fusion is an extension of our group trainer program. The next course we have is called it's called GSS, that's what we call it, Get a Voice Sport, but it's about kettlebell sport. And when you take that course, you learn how to coach, how to teach, how to compete. And as graduation from that course, you actually have to do a mini competition, which is always a great thrill for everybody involved. And then our last course is called High Performance Trainer, and in that program we get very high level and very complex and very dynamic with the kettlebell movements. Kettlebells are moving in different directions. There's a lot of two kettlebell work, a lot of high intensity circuits, and we actually even introduce you to the concept of kettlebell juggling. When you complete that course, there's a case study that you have to do. So these four programs work together, and that's how you become a KBel Trainer Specialist. So just as we get into the program itself, the Train to 100 system, I want to give you some assumptions that this course is built on. Number one, fitness professionals we have a limited amount of time with our clients. Like I said, we usually have a goal that's bigger than just using kettlebells, whether it's performance or weight loss. And in actuality, we probably see our clients 2 to 3 hours a week, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on in between that time. So we need to be specific in our choice of movements and efficient in getting our clients down the learning curve. So everything I'm going to show to you guys today is designed to help you get down that learning curve and progress your clients and yourself faster. The objectives, what we're trying to achieve. At the end of this course, you should understand how to select weight, how to select the rep range, and what is the best exercise progression for a wide variety of clientele. And we are sharing with you a systematic method of teaching. If there's one big thing I want you guys to really get your head around, is what you're trying to create when you're working with your client is you're trying to duplicate the energy system and the nervous system excitation that would happen during a kettlebell sport event. So as you guys are training and practicing and you're feeling different sensations in your body, not always pain, sometimes it's an exhilaration, sometimes it's a release. As you're feeling different things, recognize that this is what you are taking your clients through, and it is truly a bit of a journey to become efficient and at teaching and using kettlebells. So as we get into the training system, I want you guys to simply understand that what I've done is created a hybrid from two existing successful training methodologies. So we're going to first start by looking at the training methodologies and just making sure we're totally on the same page. The first one is traditional periodization as you know it, and I've included a short definition for you here. And now I know periodization can be chopped up into many different phases, but what I've done is basically boil it down into three general phases, because the idea here is to give us a point of reference so that when we're talking about a kettlebell movement or a kettlebell exercise later, to understand and we're talking about integration, how we would integrate it in the phases below. So as you can see from the diagram, we talk about the sets, the rest, the reps, the rest interval, and the percentage of the 1 rep max for endurance, strength, and power. And as you guys can read that there, so I'm not going to go over that too much. But if you have a difference of opinion or questions about it, you can certainly email me. My email will be at the end of this presentation, or you can talk to your master trainer at your course. And that's, part of what we're trying to do is stimulate your thoughts so you have better questions when you get to the course. So I want to give you a different perspective on how to look at traditional periodization. So here we have the three phases again, and you can see we're representing them by the percentage of their 1 rep max, and we could also talk about the rep range that goes there. But I want you to focus on and look at the adaptations that we're trying to create at each one of those levels. So at endurance, you're creating metabolic adaptations. Strength workout means we're trying to create hypertrophy adaptations, and power workout means there's a lot of nervous system adaptations. The line below, it talks about specifically the characteristics of the movement, the nature of how that movement, because it's that nature of that movement that is reflected in the adaptations were created. So when you think of endurance type movements, imagine yourself running on the treadmill, if you will, or doing a 1 mile run, and think of how your body goes through this steady progression until you find the rhythm that you're going to run at. Okay, and then again, in a strength workout, think of the movements that you use to create hypertrophy, and recognize that the main characteristic of those movements is the time under tension, the tempo at which you're moving the weight, and it's that's creating the hypertrophy adaptations. And again, the characteristics of power movements is that they're explosive, and as a result, you get a high level of nervous system excitability. So understanding the characteristic of each movement will give you a good cue as to what style or variation of a kettlebell exercise you're going to use when you're integrating with the workouts for your clients. So the other training methodology I want to share with you is the one that's used for Get a Voice sport or for kettlebell sport. And well, in kettlebell sport, your objective is defined for you. To do well, the idea is to do as many reps as you can in 10 minutes. And I have here the 3 events listed for you. And so what I want to kind of point out is the methodology that you're using to train. Ideally, so I have 2 examples here. In example 1, I say if you were to achieve 50 reps in a 10-minute period, you would be moving at the pace of 5 reps per minute, or you would be doing 1 rep every 12 seconds. That's the tempo that you would be working at if you were doing it consistently. The example below then becomes pretty obvious. If you were to double your total over that, you would double the reps per minute, but most importantly, you would double the tempo at which you were working. So what I want you guys to focus on is the tempo at which you're working. It means that there's a consistency between action and active rest, and action and active rest. And that's what creates the specific nervous system excitability and all of the adaptations that happen with kettlebells. So as a trainer using kettlebells with your client, you must try to replicate this rhythm in your training session if you expect your client to get the adaptations, the special adaptations that come from kettlebell training. So here is the Train to 100 system. Here's the kettlebell training system. And again, remember the idea here is to give you specific guidelines on weight selection, rep range, and the tempo that you should be using to get the best result with kettlebells when integrating with your other workout tools. So the first line I have listed for you what we already have covered, traditional periodization, and that's the rep range that we would typically use in traditional periodization. So the second row, what it lists for you is what we call the KBell training system, and this is what you would use for kettlebell exercises. So the idea is that when you are in a power phase with your clients and you would be doing traditional power weights in that 1 to 5 rep range, then when you're using kettlebells with your clients in that power phase, you would, with the appropriate selection of weight, use things in the 1 to 25 range. And we'll go over this more in detail at the class, but what I want you guys to start recognizing how all we've really done is stretched the periodization model and tried to keep the rep range at the same ratio. And we've learned that if you keep it at that ratio, what you'll get is the right level of nervous system excitability, and it makes it easy for you to select the appropriate exercises so that you get the right nervous system excitability with your client. Line number 3 and line number 4, I guess, help you understand. Well, in line number 3, we're talking specifically about the exercise progression. So part of your skill as a kettlebell coach is to understand how I make an exercise a power exercise, how do I make an exercise a strength exercise, and how would I make it an endurance exercise. And so we have listed for you 3 movements that you're going to learn as part of our course, which will, as you're progressing, will help you see how the correct selection of the exercise, for example, the bottom up catch, which is a short lever swing, how that creates the right tempo and momentum for you to make it an endurance exercise. And we'll talk specifically about how you can use 2 kettlebell movements and how you can create the time under tension with certain 2 kettlebell movements for them to be effective and efficient as a strength exercise. And we'll talk to you about how if you are trying to create power, what specific type of power you're going to create with kettlebells. It's something we call anaerobic endurance, and how the long lever swing is the best version of the swing to be used to create that style of to replicate that style of power. So in the end, I hope you guys have a better understanding of what we're looking for in terms of how you're going to apply this material. The purpose for this presentation is to start to get your brain juices moving so you can start to think early about integration. One of the most unique qualities of our course is that we have a case study, a homework assignment designed for you where you have to leave and create an integrated kettlebell training program that shows that this is how I think through using traditional tools or tools that are in my arsenal, and this is how I'm going to bring kettlebells into that. I think it's important for you to practice that in the course so you can get feedback from your master trainers, and it'll also be the best way for you to prove to yourself and to your fellow participants, your fellow coaches, that you have a firm grasp of the material and that you're going to go forward and practice and use it in the right way. So I want to thank you guys for your time. I tried to make this short, efficient, and to the point. So if you have any questions, ajam@kbeltrainingacademy.com. That's my direct email. I will definitely answer any questions you want, any questions you may have about this material at all. In fact, I would love to hear your feedback on it. Again, there's the website. You can find a lot of resources on everything from kettlebell sport to our master trainers to the next competition, etc. All of that is listed on our website. And finally, just want to invite you guys to join us on our Facebook page, KBelTrainingAcademy.com. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you guys really soon.